What's up, everybody? I'm Thomas J. Bellezza, and welcome to another lesson on the right mindset. Hey, that's what we do here. Today, as you can see, today's lesson will be about it'll be a dialogue exercise, writing natural and engaging conversations between characters. Some of the things we will go over today in this video will focus on improving your dialogue skills by creating more natural and engaging conversations between characters. Dialogue is an essential part of storytelling, and good dialogue can make a story come alive. And the third thing is the exercise we'll be doing today will involve writing a dialogue only scene and then analyzing it for realism and flow. Let's do it. Let's get started. Hit that the intro. We're in. We're happening. It's making things going. All right. If you're new here, if you're a beginner writer or advanced writer, author or screenwriter, click the subscribe button and remember to hit the bell icon so you don't miss out. Some of the things we go over is lessons about your craft, analyzing story, and of course, we do interviews with fellow authors. Let's get right into it. Setting the scene. All right. So, how I'm going to do this is I'm going to go over some rules and some ideas to get your brain thinking, and then we're going to go over a physical example. Okay. So, setting the scene. The first step in this exercise is choose a setting and characters for your dialogue only scene. The setting could be anything from a coffee table, a coffee shop, to a park bench, and the characters can be anyone you like them to be. It doesn't matter. It's your fun. The important thing is to choose characters who have something to talk about and who have distinct voices and personalities. So the exercise, the writing exercise, these are the rules of the writing exercise, okay? So ultimately, the first step to the writing exercise is setting the scene. Think about the scene. Remember, you're not writing a full-fledged story. We're just doing a scene. We're working on a scene because it's all about dialogue. It's all about a writing exercise that will help us with dialogue and creating natural dialogue. So we're not looking for the long haul. We're just looking to create natural conversation with purpose. So the first step is setting the scene. And that's it. Writing the scene. Now that you have your setting and characters, it's time to write your dialogue only scene. Remember, this scene should only include dialogue, no descriptions or actions. We don't really need that. Focus on making the conversation feel natural and engaging, with each character contributing to the conversation in their unique way. Okay? So, again, create the scene, figure out who the character is, and then you want to write the scene. All right? Then, when you're done writing the scene, the next thing you'll do in the exercise is you're going to analyze the scene. By the way, we're going to kind of do all this in the example. Once you've written your scene, it's time to analyze it for realism and flow. Read through your dialogue and ask yourself the following questions. Does the conversation feel natural and authentic? Does each character have their own unique voice and personality? Does the conversation move the story forward or reveal something about the characters? And is the flow of the conversation smooth, etc., etc. By the way, I'm going to have those questions on the screen when we do the example. If you answered yes to these questions, then congratulations, you've written a great dialogue only scene. If not, don't worry. Use your analysis to identify areas where you can improve and revise your scene accordingly. That's the thing. Like, you're not trying to be the best. The whole purpose of exercise is trying to find your flaws, trying to find your mistakes. Right? So, like, when I used to play guitar, well, I still play. When I used to write in a band and everything, when I wrote songs, I wasn't trying to write a song and then looking at it and be like, this song is great. I would look at two things. I go, what's working and what is not working? And then I'd go, why is this not working? And how do I make it work within the song? Or should I take it out? And I started going, what is working and what feels great with what I write and how I write? How do I use that? These are the same thing with writing a novel. When you're done with a scene, it's not about like how awesome the scene is. When you're doing exercises, your job, or even editing, your job is to find what's wrong with it and to purposefully find what's wrong with it. Be your biggest critique. A critiquer, somebody that looks at something and is like, look, I found what's garbage and what's not working. And that's good because you could get better. You can't get better if everything is great, amazing, and awesome and unique. And you're just like, well, of course this is good. I'm not finding anything wrong with it. This makes perfect sense. Look how wonderful this dialogue is. How are you improving? Well, Thomas, I don't need to improve. Clearly, my scene is amazing. What an idiot. Why are you asking me to analyze my scene if it's perfect? Anyway, think beyond that and give yourself the courage to realize that you'll always be learning, always be growing, and always be developing. And you're allowed to be wrong. You're allowed to be bad at something. You're allowed to fail. Because through those things, if you choose to analyze and elevate, you're going to only get better. And then you'll be bad at something else. Because as you develop, you're in a new territory that you haven't been in before. A territory where you may or may not realize you don't know how to do that because you haven't been there before. And now you have to work on that. Anyway, let's get right to it. Examples. I love examples. All right. So now let's analyze the scene with the questions provided in the lesson. I'm actually going to read. I'm going to read the scene first, and then we'll go over the analyzation. Okay. So we got to. What's going on here? Boop. We got to. What's the setting? Right. We got to do the setting. The set. It's so weird. The setting, huh? A dark alley in the city at night. Very simple. Characters: Jake, he's a private investigator, and Rose, femme fatale. By the way, it's just very simple. It's very straight to the point. This is just an exercise. You don't have to get super creative with your characters. I could have easily just been like, it's a room with a table and chairs. The goal, this is a dialogue exercise, specifically a dialogue exercise, right? And the title is The Dark Alley. Anyway. All right. Now, this you don't really need, and I'm going to sneeze in a second. Excuse me. Wait. Oh, man, pollen is kicking my butt. All right. So you don't really need to go into description. I just did this as a way to bring it into the scene, but this is really the most important part. So let's read that. Jake. What are you doing here, Rose? I need your help, Jake. You always need my help. What is it this time? It's my husband. He's gone missing. And you think I can find him? I know you can. You're the best there is. Don't flatter me, Rose. It'll take more than sweet talk to make me take your case. I can pay you, Jake, and I know you like money. I like justice more, but I'll take the case for the right price. I knew I could count on you. Okay. There's no laughter, but there should have been. Okay. I believe you. Okay. Now, let's analyze the scene with the questions provided in the lesson. Here you go. Here's the questions if you want to write them down. First question is, does the conversation feel natural and authentic? The conversation feels natural and authentic for a noir-style fiction novel. So it's also important to understand your genre, or your genre, depending on how you want to say it. What is that, a genre? No, it's your genre. It's a genre, J-Ray? Is it gift or guy for GIF? I don't know. All right. So the conversation feels natural and authentic for your noir style fiction because it's heightened dialogue. The dialogue is terse and to the point, just short, sharp, and to the point, with each character speaking in short, clipped sentences that convey their personality. That's also very important. All right. their personalities are, what are you doing here, Rose? I need your help, Jake. You always need my help. What is it this time? It's my husband. He's gone missing. And you think I can find him? Like there's a lot of personality, and each thing is, what are you doing here? Okay, we want to. What's the motive of Rose being here? I need your help, Jake. All right, so now we know. But instead of her going on with a long monologue, we're allowing them to discover through conversation who they are and their perspectives. You always need my help. So this isn't her first time. All right. What is it this time? Moving the story along. What are you doing here? Rose, plot. Plot has been discovered. Information has been discovered. I need your help, Jake. Now we know who the two people are, and we know that they know each other. It's confirmed because she said her name. She said his name. You always need my help. This is plot. This is history. It's creating backstory. What is it this time? Okay, this is confirming that she always comes, and it's moving the story forward. The plot has been moved. Let's figure out what it is in need. It's my husband. So now we have more information, more exposition through character. We learn that she's married. He's gone missing. So now story is coming out, right? And you think I can find him, right? So now here's the opposition. Like, I don't want to be doing this. All right. And then I know you can. You're the best there is. All right. So now we're learning a little bit about each character. This is the conflict, though. And you think I can find him? And she's trying to convince him. Yeah. And then he's like, okay, don't flatter me. All right. It'll take more than sweet talk to make, calling around on our BS because he just doesn't want to do it. And then she's like, well, let's just get right to it. I can pay you. I know you like money. And he's like, I like justice more, but I'll take the case for the right price. Okay. And I knew I could count on you. So there's character, there's plot, there's position. We're learning some things, right? Does the character have Does the character have their own unique voice and personality? Well, yeah. A bird just landed on the window outside. It was like tweet, tweet, tweet. Okay. Yes, each character has their own unique personality in this situation. Jake is a no-nonsense private investigator who values justice over money, while Rose is a femme fatale who uses her charm to get what she wants. All right. Okay. And again, if we go up here, we could see that. What do you want? What are you doing here? Like, straight to the point. I need your help. Okay, we're back to it, right? They might even have a past relationship, right? And now she's like my husband, and he's like, oh, and you think I could find him? Why do I want to find this guy? He's the guy that you left me for. All right. But each of them has their own voice, their own position. Okay. Let's see. Does the conversation move the story forward or reveal something about the characters? Yes, we just went over that, right? The conversation moves the story forward by introducing Rose's missing husband as the central conflict of the novel, but also we get a conflict within the scene, which is, and you think I can find him, and then she has to convince him that he can. All right. And that, by the way, it also reveals the dynamic between Jake and Rose, with Jake being reluctant to take on Rose's case, but ultimately agreeing to it for the right price. So that's there, right? And then, of course, is the flow of the conversation smooth and easy to follow? Well, I hope so. Yes, the flow of the conversation is smooth and easy to follow. There's no dilly-dallying, no pontification. Each line of dialogue builds on the previous one, and the short sentences add to the sense of tension and urgency in the scene. Overall, this dialogue scene effectively establishes the noir style, atmosphere of the novel, and sets up the central conflict of the story. It also introduces the two main characters and the dynamic, making the reader interested in seeing how their relationships will develop throughout the novel. I'm laughing because the bird is just chirping away over you. So funny. It's just sitting there like. I love birds. Birds are adorable. All right. So a couple of things. Again, you want to create the setting. You want to know where they are, the dark alley. I wrote this so we can kind of create the setting. The street lights flickered over as Jake steps into the alley, the sound of his shoes echoing over the brick walls. He sees Rose leaning against the wall, a cigarette dangling from her lips. The smoke curls around her face like a halo, obscuring her features. All right, we set the scene. And now let's get right to it. As you can see, I did very small action beats. I know this isn't written like like a novel. It's more I just wanted to get the dialogue out. Um, but anyway, these are parentheticals. You would use those in script, except they'd actually be more like they'd be under the name like this. And the dialogue would be like that. And then she'd be like this. But this is actually how it would look in theater, like a theater script, or like if you look at Shakespeare's um, scripts and stuff like that in his books. Anyway, so again, set the scene, figure out who the characters are, then you just want to write it out, and then once you're done writing out, analyze the scenes. And you should be looking for things that make sense. Again, if I was going to do this for you real quick. Right? So I'm adding a lot more stuff. And sometimes you don't really need to do that. What are you doing here, Rose? You know I have stuff to do and I could be out there doing something, right? This is a waste and it doesn't flow. It doesn't flow now. Why do you always have to deflect when I'm trying to get back in your life? Right? Now, what I could do, and plus it doesn't fit with the natural flow of things. You know, why who says she's trying to get back in his life? It's about the husband. So again, you have to look at it and just be like, let's just destroy it. It's okay to take stuff away. You know, another thing I might do is, you know, now that I'm looking at it, I don't really like using names a lot. Don't flatter me. Actually, don't flatter me, Rose. That kind of works, actually. Hey. Right? Because you don't want to run into the Titanic thing. Rose, come over here, Rose. Rose, it's cold, Rose. Rose, where are you, Rose? Too many roses. Anyway, all right. I guess we're on final thoughts. It was fun, actually. I enjoy looking at that. All right. Mastering the art of writing, natural writing. Okay, rewind. I write everything out and then I got to read it. And then, you know, I have dyslexia. Not wearing my glasses. It's all, where are my glasses? Anyway, mastering the art of writing natural and engaging dialogue is a critical skill for any storytelling. Through this video, I was really hoping that this exercise could help you see what I'm talking about by creating a dialogue-only scene and analyzing it for realism and flow. By following the steps outlined, you can enhance your ability to craft conversations that bring your characters to life and propel your story forward. Keep in mind, those 4 questions are not the only questions you can ask yourself. There's much more you can do. You know, maybe there's stuff in your outline or things that you want to include in the scene. Am I hitting all my plot beats? I know I introduced because this really has 2 plot points going on. It's developing their relationship and the actual main plot, which is I need your help to get my husband. Right, but you could add more stuff in. when I was playing around, I added the brother element. My brother said you were in town, right? So now, what does the brother have to do with anything, and how am I going to make that part of the story? Or maybe I have to introduce, the time era. Like, whatever. Mention something that is from the 50s if I wanted to do that, or the 60s, or the 20s, or whatever. So you might want to add that. So that's a question. Am I creating all the plot points? Am I creating world building? Did I allow the dialogue? Uh, did I take my outline and allow the dialogue to represent the outline properly? Things like that. And it's for you to think about what you want to put in there as questions. I chose those 4 questions just because it was for dialogue heavy, not necessarily world building or other things. I just wanted to focus on dialogue. How is it smooth? Is it adding movement? Is it slow? How's it helping with the pacing, etc., etc. By the way, you want to remember that the setting and characters. I just blanked. Remember that the setting and the characters you choose for your dialogue scene play a significant role in shaping the dynamics and tone of the conversation. Select characters with distinct voices and personalities, allowing them to engage in meaningful discussions within a compelling setting. As you write your dialogue scene, concentrate on creating a natural and authentic conversation that captures the essence of each character. Each line should contribute to the overall flow of the conversation, revealing aspects of the characters and driving the story in a meaningful way. Remember, choices makes character. And choices is how they say, how they do, what they do, when and where they say, and when and where they do. Right? So the choices I make to take action or speak, or the choices I take to not take action or speak, develops character. What I choose to say, or what I choose as a character to focus on, creates character. So dialogue is not just for you as a writer to get exposition out or to get information out so the audience knows. Dialogue, and any description or narrative, but mostly dialogue, is there to bring character to life through what they say and why they say it and how they say it and when they say it. Okay. Analyzing your scene is a vital step to the process. Assesses whether the conversation feels genuine, if each character has a unique voice and personality, and if the dialogue serves to advance the plot or deepen our understanding of characters. So basically, the unique voice and personality is, again, the choices, why they're saying it, when they're saying it, right? Does the dialogue serve to advance the plot, or, right? Well, in that situation, what they say, how does it move the plot forward or add plot point information? For example, I said, my brother said you were in town. What do you need from me? My brother said you were in town. I knew I was going to hear from you sooner or later. What do you need from me? Okay, so there's 3 plot points there. The brother exists in this world and told him that you're there. So we know that she talked to him first. There's a history of them, and then of course, what do you need from me helps move the plot forward. And then deepening our understanding of the characters, basically their relationships, who they are and what they are, and why they are. Additionally, ensure that the flow of the conversation is smooth and easy to follow, providing a seamless reading experience. I will say that by applying these principles, you can craft dialogue that feels genuine and resonates with your readers. When the characters seem real and what they say has choice, readers connect with that. There's a sense of discovery with empathy and understanding. If it feels like just like they're talking, like I could have easily made the dialogue where it's like, what do you want? I need help. For what? My husband's lost. I don't want to do it. Why not? It's not my thing. I'll pay you. Okay, I'll do it for the right amount. That's just talking. Things are happening. We're not really learning a lot about the characters. There's no personality. Anyway, if your scene falls short, well, obviously, uh, kind of went over that. But you just want to practice, 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 practice. Okay. And dialogue is a powerful tool that breathes life into your characters and engages your readers. With dedication to practice and a keen focus on naturalness, and authenticity, you can master the art of writing compelling conversations that elevate your storytelling to new heights. In closing, improving your dialogue skills takes time and practice. But with these exercises, or this particular exercise with prompts, you'll be well on your way to creating more natural and engaging conversations between your characters. Remember to focus on making each character's voice unique and authentic, and to use dialogue to move your story forward or reveal something about the character. So basically, everything that is said must come from the character's choice. And what they say must either expose character development or character and move the plot or move the plot forward. I would almost say allow the dialogue to be character representative, and secondarily make sure the plot is moving forward. But if the characters don't have choice or unique voices, they don't come alive and they lose something, which is very scary. All right. I guess it brings us to next in this video. Next video in this series will be focused on plot development exercises. That video will help authors improve. We'll go over stuff that will improve your ability to create compelling and well-structured plots. The exercises themselves will involve creating a plot diagram for a short story or novel and analyzing it for pacing and tension, etc. Question: what kind of writing exercises do you utilize to improve your writing, if any? And what is it? Let us know in the comments below. And then, obviously, if you liked what you watched and you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out. Whew, it's pretty easy, actually. We got through that. 30 minutes. Whatever. All right. As always, keep developing the right mindset. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Love you. Bye.